Being in debt can cause feelings of anxiety, hopelessness, and shame. It can also limit our opportunities for personal and financial growth. While getting out of debt can be a very overwhelming process, it is very much possible with proper planning and dedication. Today, I would like to share with you some of techniques that we can use to get ourselves out of debt. Number one technique is list down all your debts, the interest on these debts, and the minimum monthly repayment amount. The next thing is list down your income and your expenses. Look into your expenses to see if there's any expense that we can cut down so that we can use that amount saved to repay our debts. There are other methods that we could use to repay our debts. Number one method is the debt snowball method. Under debt snowball method, will list all your loans from the minimum amount to the maximum amount. We'll pay as much as possible to the minimum loan while we are making minimum payments to the rest of the loans. Now, the idea of this is to finish paying the loans with the minimum amounts first as we continue making payments to the rest of the loans. For example, if our loan rent is from 5,000 Kenyan shillings to 100,000 Kenyan shillings, we'll pay as much as possible to the 5,000 Kenyan shillings loan while we are making minimum payments to the rest of the loans. The idea of this is motivation. The other loan repayment method is called the debt avalanche method. Under the debt avalanche method, we will list our loans from the loans with the highest interest rates to the loan with the lowest interest rate. Now, under the avalanche method, we'll make as much payments as possible to the loan with the highest interest rate while we are making minimum loan repayment to the rest of the loans. Now, most of the loans with the highest interest rates are usually loans from the online money lenders. This could be Tala, could be Brands, could be also Mshwari. The 7% per month they usually give us for the loan. When you multiply the 7 by 12 months, that is a very, very high interest rate. When you clear the loans with the highest interest rates first, it will reduce us some pressure. You know how these online mobile lenders, the way they usually contact their clients every now and then when you do not repay them in time, you'll be charged penalty on the interest. The other debt repayment method that we could use to get ourselves out of debt is the debt consolidation method. Under debt consolidation method, we'll list down all our loans, we'll total our loans. After we know the total amount of our loans, we could approach any financial institution of our choice, maybe the one that we've been banking with, make application for a loan. Depending on your credit score, the bank may decide to give you the loan, and then maybe you'll have to give them a security for your loan. If you are lucky enough and you manage to get the loan from a bank, use that amount that you've gotten from the bank to repay all your loans. The idea here is to remain with one loan from one financier. Now, it will be easier for you to manage your loan from one financier. If you do not get a loan from a bank, there is another option where you could go to a circle that you've been investing with. So circles will give you the loan as long as you've been with them within 3 to 6 months and you've been putting in deposits to your account. What they will require is only guarantors to guarantee your loan, and you'll get 3 to 5 times of your deposits. When you get the loan from a circle, use that amount of money that you've gotten as a loan from a circle to repay all the other loans. Do not forget, the idea here is to ensure that we only have one loan that will be easier for us to manage. This will also reduce the interest that we want to pay. As I mentioned before, the online mobile loans are usually very, very expensive. So if you've gotten the loan from a circle and you've cleared all those interests, and then you have one loan from a circle, let's say the interest rate from the money from the circle is 10%, that is very, very much affordable because it's 10% per annum, unlike the money that you had gotten from the online money lenders at 7% per month, because 7% per month, you have to multiply that amount by 12 to get the interest rate that they are charging you per annum. The other method that we could use to repay our debts is negotiate with our suppliers. After you selected a loan repayment technique or method for yourselves that most suits you, the next thing that you should do is to stay disciplined. Ensure that you stick to the agreement that you've entered with your financier, and continue repaying your loan in, in time or as agreed with the financier. Remember, when you do not pay your loan in time, you are charged penalty on interest. And what you're trying to do here is to avoid extra costs as much as possible. For you to stick to your agreement with your financier, you'll have to come up with a budget, and a working budget in this case. For you to come up with a working budget, you should ensure that it is achievable. List down your income, your expenses, and all your debts, because now they will be part of your monthly budget. The next thing that you should do is allocate a budget to all your expenses. What amount of money do I expect to pay on rent? What amount of money do I expect to pay on transport? How much debt am I repaying per month? Know your numbers, you know. The aim of coming up with a budget is to tell your money where it goes, you know. So what you need to do after you've allocated a budget to your expenses and your debts, the next thing that you should do is to track down your expenses. Ensure that you are within your budget and that you're not spending more than your income. Because when you spend more than your income, it means that you're living beyond your means. If you're still within your budget, at the end of the month, look at your budget against your actual expenditure. If you weren't within your budget, please consider adjusting your budget. Now, when you're doing all this, please remember the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. Your 50% of your income should go to your needs, 30% of your income should go to your wants, and 20% of your income should go towards your savings and debt repayment. If maybe your debts are, the 20% cannot support your savings and debt repayments, what you need to do, cut down your wants, things that you do not have to do in a month. Cut down some of unnecessary expenses that that you can live without, you know. Ensure that you stick to your budget. That's it that I had for you today. Until next time, bye.